Vinny?
Hi, Arne, well done tonight. How impressive a performance was that, do you feel?
Impressive, because we played against an incredible side, team that's in an unbelievable run of form, only lost once, won all the other games. So yeah, if you then can win against them, but also with the performance we had, that's very positive. But apart from everything we can say, we beat them because of a set piece. So it's nicer to talk about this if you win, because if you lose, people come up with that I try to find excuses. But a positive set piece balance is the minimum you need to get a result 9 out of 10 times, and that's what we had today.
You also won because you kept a second clean sheet on the bounce, and arguably Conor Bradley set the tone defensively for the performance as well. I just wonder then how much of a corner you feel has been turned in this season, if you can talk in that way at this moment now.
So let's be clear, we had a very bad run of form in terms of results. No excuse in the world can make up for us losing so many games. But we had to play a lot of games in a small amount of time. We have not hardly any rest in between when we then faced a team that had a lot of rest. Tonight we played against a team that played on Saturday as well, so the both of us had 2 days rest. Then it's helpful to play in a home game, because from the last 8 I think we played 6 away from home. So the fans can give you just a little bit of an extra edge if you are maybe a little bit tired, if you are a little bit tired. Conor was outstanding, was very nice. Last season he was outstanding against Real Madrid, but he had to go off after 80 minutes because of an injury. And now 3 days after he played 90 minutes against Villa, he again played 90 minutes with incredible intensity against Vinicius. I told the players before the game, they've scored 26 goals in La Liga, and Kylian Mbappé and Vinicius have 24 goal contributions together. So if you want to have any chance of winning a game, you should defend your set piece as well, because that's the way teams score. But great individuals can score goals as well, and these two definitely can. And Conor defended very good against Vinicius.
When you're seeing the game out as well, how much of an extra edge did the fans give you with the introduction of Trent? Because it seemed to make the atmosphere even more intense when he was introduced into the game.
No, I was impressed by the atmosphere throughout the whole 90 minutes, even before the game already. So I think the fans helped us over 90 minutes, and not only that time when Trent was on the pitch.
Did you speak to Trent as well?
Only short afterwards. I gave him a hug. I don't even exactly know what I said, but probably not a lot. Every time I will meet him, I will either give him a hug or talk to him, because he's been very special to me as a player and as a human being.
Hi Arne, Juan Joe for Flash Scoring in Spain. What has been English? Don't worry. What have been the common points between the performance last Saturday against Aston Villa and today? And what are the strengths from the team from these 2 performances that you want to build from them for future matches?
The common points. I think both teams played quite similar against us. Maybe the difference was that I told the players today that I wanted them to either press really high or go to a low block, because Vinicius and Mbappé are, for so many reasons, incredible players, but their deep runs, timing of deep runs, their pace is next level. So don't give away any space in behind, and that's what our last line did very well tonight. So a very solid defensive performance in both games. But it also helps if you are not 1 goal down or 2 goals down, because if you're 1 or 2 goals down, you need to take extra risk. You need to force much more, and if you have to force and take extra risk, then you're sometimes a bit exposed on the other side as well. But in my opinion, in general, even the games we've lost, we have hardly conceded a chance, except for the set-piece goals, of course, we conceded.
Hi, Arne. On Alexis McAllister, scored against Real Madrid last year as well, so I guess that's quite a nice habit to have. But also, do you feel that after the injuries he's had at the start of the season, he's now finally back to his best?
Yeah, but I don't think he's the only one. I think I just spoke about Conor Bradley, who now, I think for the first time in a long time, played twice 90 minutes in 3 days. It's the same is to be said about Maka. I think all the players, they need a bit of time. Sometimes to adjust to the Premier League, sometimes to adjust to the limited rest we've had. And then in other leagues, I think 15 to 20 games in almost any other league, if you are a big club, or easy wins. But in the Premier League, there's never an easy win, and that is something you need to adjust to as well. So if you miss pre-season, or if you come from a different league, or if you're a bit younger, then these are things you need to adjust to. And Conor Bradley has only played 30, 40 games for us. And Maka is, after Villa, and also, by the way, against Palace, where he had a decent performance, he and the team are getting fitter and fitter, and that is the first step we have to make for us to get results in again.
James.
Arne, that's two years running that you've kept Kylian Mbappe largely quiet. He looks pretty much unstoppable against everyone else. Is there something special you're doing to him? You mentioned there that you said to the players beforehand, you pointed out the stats. Is that what you have to do in terms of keeping them focused ahead of a game like a test
and
like
I didn't even tell them that in the Champions League he scored 2 goals against Marseille and 1 goal. He didn't score the goal against Juve, but Vinicius was the lead up to that goal, and I think he scored 3 against Kairat Almaty. So I don't think you can ever control these two completely, but you can do a few things well. But I even saw today, so the biggest chance they got was when Vinicius played the ball towards Bellingham, because they have more than only these two. They have all very good players, and that is difficult to control them completely, because Kylian Mbappé was more than a few times in dangerous zones. But I think we did almost the maximum you can do against these two individuals.
Ollie.
Arne,
Arne,
you've been asked about a number of individuals, but could I just ask you about Florian Wirtz, because he had a big, it was a big moment to recall him, and he had a very big performance tonight as well. Do you feel like this kind of game suited him technically, or was it just a case of him playing at a high level?
I've said it many times, and I can say it one more time, but it's all up to everyone else to have a different opinion or the same opinion as I have. But if you come from a different league and you have to play every 2 days, and there are so many away games need to be played against certain style of plays, you need to adapt to that. And that goes almost for everyone, let alone for a player that's 22. And I think he's working incredibly hard to adapt as soon as he can, and he's been so unlucky throughout his career here at Liverpool, because even today he created so many chances for the team, but the goal we scored, it wasn't an assist or a goal from him. So I wouldn't even say give him a bit of time, because we gave him already that time to adapt. I played him many times for him to adapt to the Premier League, but I didn't play him every single game, because that's not what I do with almost any player, but also not with players that either missed pre-season or very young or come from a different league, and they need a little bit of time to adapt. If you have 2 days of rest after the Frankfurt game and you have to go away to Brentford, that's different probably than go away, have an away game in the Bundesliga or in the Eredivisie or in any other league in the world, because this league is the best paid league, I think, in the world. Over 20 teams, so you can understand that so many great individuals and athletes are playing here, mainly from 25 to 30, and at some teams you also see 22-year-olds.
Well done. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just talk us through that goal, because a lot of people here were reminiscent of when Sonny scored a goal like that 5 years ago against Burnley.
Yeah, I know that goal. It was a good one. Yeah, today I get the ball in the own box, and I see the gap opening every time in front of me when I start dribbling. And at one point I think some players were around me and I came through. and I saw the way it was open to the goal. So I was like, okay, I keep dribbling now, and I need to finish this. To be honest, at the point I was taking the shot, I was like, I need to score this one, and luckily it happened.
Last season, I think against Everton, you went on a similar run, but then you laid it off to Sonny, didn't you? This time, it's just one thing in your mind was go for goal. Yeah.
Yeah, because the one against Everton with the assist, there were some defenders still in front of me, and now when I was past these defenders, the way was all the way through, all the way open. Sorry, and then I was like, no, I need to go myself now.
And is it right? You played as a striker when you were a young player. Was that the old instincts kicking in tonight?
No, it was not the instincts of kicking in, but the finish was well, to be honest. Yeah, I was a striker when I was younger, but at that point I was not thinking about that, to be honest.
You've got 6 goals now. What's the target going for the rest of the season? 15, 20?
No, 6 goals is a lot already, to be honest, so I don't know where it's going to end, but hopefully I can score more goals this season.
And it came at a good time as well, didn't it? Because they'd just been sending off. And Spurs were, looking to need to consolidate then.
Yeah, of course. At that point, it's difficult. Of course, I think there were still 30 minutes to go when we get the man down with Brendan. So that's really tough, of course, because you know they're going to come, and yeah, of course we have a man down. And then at that point, when you can score the 3-0, you feel a bit of when you didn't really put the game to bed, but you made the gap bigger.
You had a great embrace with Thomas against Everton with those 2 goals. A great embrace again tonight. Is it just Sunday? Obviously, you told us you spoke to him. Just put it behind you. It was just overall just a frustrating day against Chelsea. Yeah,
against Chelsea was really frustrated. You play a derby at home against Chelsea. Well, it's a massive game for us, but also for the fans. You didn't play really well as a team. It was a bad performance from our side. So yeah, we needed to bounce back in a positive way, and I think we did that tonight, and we played really well.
Are you surprised FC Copenhagen didn't bring more to the game?
I think we played really well. Copenhagen is a good team. Of course, probably for them it's also difficult to play in our stadium, and it's more difficult for them to play away from home. I think we played a good game today, and I think they didn't really create chances till we were with 10 men. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well. We'll take a show of hands for questions, please. We'll take questions in English first, followed by any questions in German. Someone to start, Ben?
Pep, you look weary. But it was a great performance from the team tonight, really important in the context of the Champions League, isn't it, this season? Can you put into your words how you felt your team played?
Well, we were knocked out in the first 10 minutes. We didn't know where we were. Well, we conceded a goal again in the first 5 minutes, but especially because they put 6 players up front against 4. And they put a lot of quick players there, and after Ruben came in, we controlled that moment. There was a danger with 3-1 and then 12 minutes to play, and I was in Germany. In Germany, never give up the teams. And Nico wisely put more players there, put Adeyemi inside, and a lot of switch of plays. With 4, we could not control it. But apart of that, at the moment after 10 minutes, we take a long possession, and 1 or 2, and we could break the lines and contact, especially Savinho in the first half, and after Jeremy as well, we up, and after that we took the games. We could make 4 goals. Is nice. Happy to not just Erling score goals. Phil is back, and you know how many times, how many years we have seen this type of goals from Phil. That we missed a lot last season, even this season. I think it's going to help us a lot. He's confident to score this type of goals. That is not necessary to shoot strong. It's just put the ball close to the post. It's like a pass to the net. And in that, Phil is fantastic. And at the end, we could score more goals, and really pleased because before in this competition in Champions League is really, really tough. Always make a good competition. Don't tell me why, but young players, and Nico's a top manager, and really 10 points, and we are 4 there, and we are better than we were last season by far, and we have to try to close it. Still it's long many days, Leverkusen, but next step, and really pleased, and again huge respect because just 2 days before we play a so demanding team like Bournemouth, because they demand you to be at limit physically, mentally, and many things. And after they play Friday, play here, the fatigue and everything, so it was tough, but we handled it really well.
And can I just ask on Rodri, not involved tonight?
Yeah.
What was there an issue?
No, it's not nothing dangerous, or I would say big loss, but still has not more caution than anything else.
John, please. Thank you.
Pep, is Phil Foden at his best? Is he back to his best? Has he still got a bit to go to be at his best?
This season is back. Yeah, this season. Not Phil, all of us, we struggled, me first. So, but it happened. When Phil is in that level, when playing between the lines, in the pockets, and it doesn't matter what happened. His first contact, his turn, and after his generosity, running and fighting, and as much Phil is happy and love, enjoy, the rest you don't have to say much, because he's a special player. But we need his goals definitely, and today make hopefully the first step to do it. And yeah, before the big match against on Sunday, it's important to have him back.
Is there anything else he could do to get back in the England squad other than what he is doing?
Listen, Thomas is so smart and wise and knows exactly what the national team needs. And I think Thomas knows perfectly Phil. So Phil, what to do is play better and better and better. And national team is different, I think like a team. National team is a short time, it's the vibe of the club, the team and everything. Create a team when you are not a team, because you are not there all together every day. But come on, Phil, there's no person in this country and all around the world that don't know his quality and ability. But England is so lucky to have good players. So in this position there are a lot, and that's why Phil had to push himself to be better and better and better. Because when he's going to be called, say, okay, I'm going to show how good I am.
Hi, Pep. We know about the importance of Erling to the side, but how important is Phil to the team as well to bring everything together?
No, of course it's important. Phil is not like today came and scored 2 goals. So 2 seasons ago, when we won the 4th Premier League in a row, was the best player in the Premier League. So and when there's no best player in the Premier League, it's because you are really, really good and have been every year consistent in goals and assists and work ethic, and it's not injured. His recovery is unbelievable. So he's a top-class player, and we miss him a lot, and especially when his happiness, and now you feel he's back, and after that, he can do whatever he wants.
And Erling scored with the armband on as well. What was the decision to give that to him tonight?
No, the decision is because didn't play Ruben, didn't play Bernardo. Basically, that was the decision. And after I didn't play Erling to be the captain. It's happened because John is so important for us in many things, especially when you have to make a lot of shifts across and Bernie. So Bernie's. Sometimes I need Bernie for 20 minutes when the game is a little bit complicated. He's able to go too close to the ball and give in extra passes when the opponents do it, and Bernardo is a master for that. And Bernie run a lot against Bournemouth. There's 2 days, and I need fresh legs. Tijani give us an incredible dynamic and feel. We know that the recovery is quicker and faster, so I try to put fresh legs, friend mindset against, because we play a lot of games, and sometimes the fatigue is there.
Hi, Pep. Are you happy with the level your team is?
Yeah, a lot.
Do you think you're back as a team?
No, the vibe. I said many times, the body languages, how they compete, how they are. Yeah. It's easy to say because I would say the same when we lost against Aston Villa 1 week ago. So I said the same. The team is, but I said that for the day 1 this season when we was in the World Cup. I like a lot of things they see. And the most important thing is, of course, you have to be good now because you have incredible opponents, especially in the Premier League. Like Arsenal looks like unbeatable in that moment. It's just to fact at the end you win titles or win a rival when the team grows. It's always important to be good now, but have to see the team grows and work for to be better. And when that's happened, you arrive in the last stages being there, and after we see what happens. And that is the feeling that I have. We'll have a setbacks, it doesn't matter, but we lose in Aston Villa, reaction in Swansea. But the people forget Swansea, but Swansea is star. When you lose a game, you have to win again. Quick. Otherwise, the mountain is more difficult to climb. And win Swansea help us to win Bournemouth. And that game will help us to compete well against Liverpool. That is what about. And We know last season, no, started with one game, it's one game, two games, two games, another 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And you have to cut, you know, and we did it, and yeah, now we have one more day that we had this game to recover, and with our people, I'm pretty sure they know that there will be a good vibe in the stadium, and before international break, we're going to try to do a good game.
Pep, I wonder, did you watch the Liverpool game last
Yeah.
night? Does that maybe tell you that they're not as bad as results lately have suggested?
Listen, it's a top team. It was last season with Arne Slot. It was, I know I have a special relation with Jurgen, and Jurgen, I think what they have done in Liverpool is amazing. But Arne arrived here, started here, win the Premier League the way they want, and they bought a lot of players, new ones. All of them, the quality you see them is top. Anfield is Anfield. For any opponent, I can talk about that because in 10 years just won once. Anfield is Anfield, so it's difficult there. And so I know it will be an opponent. Of course, it's a surprise, like lose a lot of games in a row, like happened or as a season, sometimes a momentum. But the reality, all the clubs are there except Arsenal. That is more consistent than anyone in terms of concede goals and no concede chances. It's tough, really tough. But season is so long. I try to be there, and we'll see what happens. But to be honest, I'm so excited and happy to leave. What are going to prepare the game on Sunday. I'm looking forward desperately to play on Sunday again against Liverpool, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Thank you. We've got time for one question in German. Any questions?
No German. They don't want me. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you.
Hi Enzo, I just wanted to ask you about the match really, because you made a lot of changes, 7 changes before the match, and a lot of people are talking about the changes you've made in recent times. Are you still happy with the amount of changes you made after the match, or do you think there's any regrets there?
No, the intention is always, you know, when we make changes, is because the intention is always because we think that the plan with the players that they start the game is the correct one. I think today I don't have the feeling that it's about, you know, rotate player. It's more because we start in the right way, we score the goal, and then again we concede 2 goals, especially the first one with 10 players. They were with 10 players. So for me the big difference today has been especially inside the box. In our box we concede 2 goals that we can avoid, and in their box, for the amount of times that we arrive there, probably we need to be a little bit more clinical.
Can I just ask if you could explain a little bit more why you keep making a lot of changes, because it's 7 changes, and I think for the last 5 games you've made 7 or more changes, so could you explain that, and does the Club World Cup have anything to do with it, and sort of the workload that you've had?
Yeah, I think I tried to explain already many times. We have players. The intention tonight was to rest Enzo, to rest Moy, to rest Malo, to rest more players because they are not able to play every 3 days. They didn't recover from last season. As you said, the Club World Cup affects a lot. And we try to do, you know, we try to rotate when you win. No one mentioned about that. I know that when we don't win, everyone is, you know, focused on that. But now I think it's important to recover energy for Saturday and go again.
Hi Enzo. Hello. Can I just ask about Romeo Lavia's fitness? Obviously he went off very early as well, which must be incredibly frustrating for him and for you.
Yeah, we feel very shame, especially for him, because he's not able, you know, to keep to be fit for a long period. We see now it's too early to understand what kind of injury. Hopefully, it's not a big injury.
Was it a hamstring injury again?
No, I think it's quad in front. Yeah.
And can I just ask? You've got a lot of knocks, as you explained. Are you hoping for more from the players that are stepping in when you are rotating? I think, not to single him out, but Joel Hatto had a difficult night tonight. But it wasn't, you know, there are performances across the pitch. Would you like more from those who are stepping in to just ease that burden when you are making the changes?
But it's not about, I think it's about all of them, you know. Again, I think we start in the right way. We were in control of the game. We scored the goal. And then when we conceded the first goal, after 4 or 5 minutes, I don't remember, we conceded the second one. So it became every time more difficult. Second half, I think we were much better compared to the first half. But again, every game, I think it's a chance for all of them to show the reason why they are here.
Salam verirəm cənab Mareskanı. Qarabağ haqqında nə deyə bilər? Qarabağ gözlədiyi Qarabağ idimi? Bir daha təkrarlayım. Qarabağ gözlədiyi Qarabağ idimi? Yəni Qarabağ onu bir məşqçi olaraq və komandasını nə ilə təəccübləndirdi?
No, yeah, I watch especially the Champions League game that Qarabag play. 2 of them they won. Also the one away against Bilbao that they were winning. They are a good team. I said already days ago they are a good team. They are doing well, and especially here at home, it's difficult.
Terenzo, in the Champions League, in the Premier League, and all the cups combined, there have been 8 goals that have been conceded through errors. Today was the 3rd in the Champions League, which puts Chelsea joint first for errors leading to goals. Is it because it's a young side, or something else is going wrong in terms of the game plan on the pitch?
No, I think I said before, the big difference today for me was inside the box. The goal we concede, they are silly goals for me. In their box, for the amount of times that we arrive, we have not been clinical enough. So this is the big difference.
Başlasa Sayın Maresca, Senior Maresca, maça tekrar başlasa aynı 11 ile mi başlardı? Enzo, Garnacho, Delap gibi isimlerle. Bir de Qarabağ tribünleri için ne söyleyecek? Bir ara ben saatime baktım maçı anlatırken 100 desibeli gösterdi. Taraftarla ilgili neler söyleyecek? Teşekkür ederim.
Again, when you start a game, the intention is always because you are sure that the ones that they start the game, they are able to do the right things. Now, when you don't win, I can understand that it's always, but I think Garnacho, he has done well second half. We give Gittens chance. Is slowly improving. And then about the fans and the environment, I just said that the environment was a nice environment.
And so my question actually is about your rotations. I know you have to rotate, but how about playing Hato, who would normally play as on the wings? Today he played as like center back, and he didn't feel confident. You know what I mean? And also João Pedro as number 10, because you also had 3 center backs on the bench.
Yeah, no. I think Jarel, like the team, start very good. We were winning the game. We were in control. Then we start to do some mistake that we need to improve and we need to avoid. And for sure in the future, we're gonna avoid that. And then Joao, I think, was very good.
Oyunda uğurlar arzu edirəm. Oyundan əvvəl desteklər ki, bu oyun hesabı 2-2 olacaq. Maresca necə reaksiya göstərərdi? İnanardı mı?
No, yeah, for sure, but no one of us think that we come here and win the game in an easy way. We drew the game 2-2. Again, we take the point. We go home, we try to recover the energy and try to go on Saturday again.
Ben tekrar özür diliyorum. Biraz önce ikinci sorumun cevabını alamadım. Herhalde arada kaynadı. Kusura bakmayın. Maçı anlatırken bir ara saatimde 100 desibeli gösteriyordu tribünler. Qarabağ tribünleri için, Qarabağ taraftarları için neler söyleyecek? Teşekkür ederim.
Again, I just said already 3 times in this press conference that the environment and the supporters, they were very good. What do you want me to say? Again, the same question. I just said very good environment and very good supporters.
Final question. Gentleman at the front here. Hello. TRT Spor Serdar Kelleci. Premier Lig'de de Chelsea'nin özellikle topa sahip olduğunda kısır bir futbolunu izliyoruz. Bunu çözmek için ilerleyen zamanda ne yapmayı planlıyor Maresca?
I don't see Chelsea problem on the ball possession. I think Qarabag press well, but we also had many chances in the way we try to build. So I think there are things that we can do better, but overall I think we also have done some good things. Thank you.
Is that more like it?
Yeah, I think nice to have 90 points in 12 possible in the Champions League. Another win at home. I think we were not in our best, but we got the result. We scored in the key moments of the game. Pleased for the squad, pleased for everyone. It was nice to see Dunburn score a header. What a goal. Reminded me of the Qarabag Cup in the final. Great header from him. What a guy. So we have to keep it going, but I'm so pleased for the team tonight.
I remember Dan saying afterwards that in the final that was the best header he'd ever seen. I think the manager said that as well. Was that one better tonight?
Oof, I would say yes. What a header. Because when he had the ball, my first thought was he was trying to pass to someone, and all of a sudden was a lovely goal. What a guy. Very happy for him. Yeah, I have to keep going.
And after the performance on Sunday, how crucial was it that you played like that? Did you feel maybe you owed the supporters and the manager a performance like that?
Yeah, we own the fans after our performance against West Ham. We don't want to feel what we felt straight away after the game. We feel so bad because we have to perform the same way we play home. We have to play away, and on Sunday we have another chance. And the message in the changing room, we don't want to feel the same way we felt after West Ham.
What is it about the Champions League that's bringing out the best in you and the players?
Champions League is always unbelievable. I think top players always want to play the Champions League. So when we have the opportunity, we always try to give our best, especially even more when we play at home with the support with our fans. It's a safe place for us. We always love to play here. So St. James Park made the difference once again.
You talked about improvements after the West Ham game. Did you as a captain and the leadership team, have there been some honest words said amongst the players?
Of course. Like I said, for you, we don't want to feel the same way we felt after West Ham. We have a tough conversation between us players. We have to improve, we know. I think the magic of Champions League is everything, but if you want to play again next season, we have to improve our form away from home.
Thank you.
Bruno, you've won here tonight with a good performance. How important is it then you then back that up on Sunday again at Brentford?
Yeah, always important bouncing back after bad defeat at West Ham. Was a good proof what this group of players is capable to do. I think the confidence is there. We just have to stop to talk too much and show in the pitch because we own our fans away from home.
And how are you physically? Because you had a bit of a bug recently as well.
Oh, bad. Very tired. I think today was like play with 10 kilos in my back. So I will do everything for this club. I love to play here, even more at home. Was a big proof that I will not give up for this club.
Bruno, you say that you need to improve away from home this season. You've got some tough games coming up in this competition. How are you going to prepare for those against the likes of Paris Saint-Germain?
For Paris Saint-Germain, wow, it's a long way to go, but we have to improve. Yeah, definitely away from home. I think our next Champions League game is Marseille away. Yeah, it's a tough game. We have to be ready. We have time for that. We have to improve our in the Premier League. But yeah, I think we, like I said, 12 points, we've got 9, so in a great position. But if you want to qualify between the eight clubs, we have to win games away from home. Yes.
Hello, Bruno. As the captain, what do you think is a realistic aim for Newcastle United in the Champions League this season?
I don't want to put limits in our dreams. We just are thinking game by game. We have to win games away, game at home. In home, we have been in a very good form. We definitely have to start to win games away, like we did in Champions League against Union. So yeah, we have to improve. We have a very good conversation after the West Ham game. I think the boys gonna be motivated for Sunday.
And you said you haven't been feeling very well. I'm glad to see that you're a little bit better now. How much did the illness affect the performance against West Ham?
Too much, a lot. Never is easy play when you're tired, when you try to run it, but your body don't follow you. It's always hard. Probably I should be honest with the gaffer and say I was not fit enough to play. But like I said, the only way for me is not play if I break my leg. I always want to play. But yeah, it was good performance today, a little bit better. I hope I will be 100% fit for Sunday.
Thomas, have you seen a better goal scored by a defender in your time as a manager?
Short, and I definitely need to think a little bit about that. But it seems like we had Lionel Messi turned into Mickey van der Ven, running down from his own goal and all the way to the other end and scored a fantastic goal. I think he's our top scorer in all competitions, so he can keep going. He can keep, by the way, walking past me if he's angry after a game, if you deliver like this.
Thomas, just want to ask you about the red card as well, the only kind of down point of the night.
I think I understand why it can be given, but I think it's a little bit what I've talked before, that still footage on, studs on leg is what the ref sees as the first thing. That's where it looks bad. There was no recklessness in this tackle from Brennan. He goes down in a sliding tackle. You say, why give the opportunities? But when he goes down, there's literally no leg in front of him. So when he slides, then this player step down, and then it looks bad after that. So I think it was a little bit unfortunate, and I think it was harsh. Yeah.
You've kind of been waiting, I think, to see these attacking players gel. Did you feel you finally saw that tonight?
Yeah, I think it was a step forward. I like what I saw from Brennan, is classic Brennan. You're running in behind, and I really liked the assist from Xavi. Very good assist from Xavi. So happy that it was a goal from Brennan's assist from Xavi. I like bits from Wilson, and also, of course, he scored. I think Kolo looked like a handful in many situations. He could easily have scored 1 or 2 goals, maybe, in the end. But I think all of them have much more to come, but it was definitely a step forward.
Hi, Thomas. Can I ask what you said to Xavi after he came off? Because obviously, understandably, he looked obviously disappointed after coming off.
I don't know. I didn't say too much, I think. Of course, everyone wants to play, and he how can you say, see the opportunity to maybe play a little bit more. It's just at that point with 2-0, you never not really know. So I thought, okay, we do a little bit more defensive sub in Xiao. So that's why we did it.
And just on Brennan Johnson, top scorer last season, I think that's now 4 goals this season. What does he, I guess, need to do more to nail down a starting place in the side more regularly?
Yeah, I think he started now 3 in the last 4. So I think that's definitely steps in the right direction. Played a good game against Everton. Okay against the Newcastle, and then just a little rotation for Chelsea, and now started again. So I think he's in a good place.
Hi Thomas. I don't know if you saw Jamie Carragher's comments last night on the analysis from the weekend's game. He said that that Spurs lacked courage, confidence, and ability against Chelsea. I just wanted to get your assessment on that. And do you think you saw enough of those qualities tonight?
Yeah, I didn't see his comments, so not too much to say to that. The pundits are pundits. They need to have, need to say something about the games. I've been a pundit myself sometimes, so I know it's. And put it this way, it's easier to be that than stand down there. I saw good performance today, which I'm happy with. We talk a lot about, how can you say that, bounce back mentality, because in life and football there'll be setbacks. Every team will experience that, and it's how we react to that, to come out after a bad game or a bad spell, and come back into it. That's part of a good team, and I'm very happy with the response the players came with today. I think we controlled the game from minute 1 to the end, more or less. There was, of course, a little bit about the red card, and Mickey decided that should not be a problem. And then we won a very good win in Champions League, and it's never easy. I know Copenhagen hadn't had the good start, but I just know they are in general very difficult to play against, and I am pretty sure we will not see them lose 4-0 again in Champions League.
Hi, Thomas. So when you brought on Zhao and took off Xavi, was the master plan for Mickey to score and then Christian to charge up the pitch and get the assist?
No, that's the beauty of football, of the players take initiative and do a lot of bits on their own. So, yeah, of course, that's fantastic to have players that do that.
Just wondered if you could expand a little bit more on Randall Kolo Muani in particular, what he did in the build-up to Wilson Odobes's goal, and what he's sort of offering this team now. He's probably a little bit more settled in.
Yeah, I think he's just taking steps in the right direction, and he's getting more and more fit. And I will still go as far as I don't think he's fully firing yet, but you can see he's such a handful to play against. You can see the goal is a ball in behind where he's just can't really control the defender. Then he's pressing the goalkeeper, and then he show extremely composure to just take the ball down, and a nice assist for Wilson. And he's almost through 2 or 3 times, or he is through two or three times, and could have scored more. So I think he was a threat. Probably also should score on the header.
Hi, Thomas. Just wanted to know how important it was for the team and yourself to bounce back from Saturday.
I think of course it was important. You want your how can I say, your bad performance to get out of the way straight away. And the quicker you can bounce back, the better. And yeah, I was happy with the response.
And do you think this could be a turning point, this game? 4-0, good attacking play.
Turning point I would say it was a step forward in terms of how we want to play. Of course, assist and goals for some of the offensive players, and also good performances. And I think also the structure was good today.
Is it okay to ask in Danish? Okay.
I've heard it is, yeah.
Hi, Thomas. What can you say about FC Copenhagen's performance tonight? It doesn't look super good when you lose 4-0, of course. But as a coach, it's never that bad or that good as you think it would be, no matter what game you go through. We didn't make chance after chance in first half. We had 2 chances to Kolo, and then we scored. And if we hadn't scored for 3-0, it could have been more difficult for us. So maybe it would have gotten the momentum there. I see a very well-trained and very structured team that is easy to break down. Was it a game that was easier to win than you had expected? True, I hadn't expected to win 4-0. I expected it to be difficult. I know FCK is difficult to play against in Europe, and obviously at home even more. Our own offensive game haven't been stellar, so it could have been tricky, but luckily it went the right way for us. How would you react now if you were Jacob Nistrup, the FC Copenhagen coach? Jacob is super cool and a good coach, so he knows the game. I'm in no doubt of 2 things. He's calm, and he's super, probably. And I would be the same. But he's calm enough to just work on. The difference, how is it, the Superliga to here, the top of the Superliga to the top of English football? Well, it's a year ago they played two very even games against Chelsea. So it's tricky to take a snapshot and then make a big conclusion in this game. Well, as an example, there were also big conclusions made after our game here Saturday. Obviously, we're at the world best league, and our ambition is to be at the top of Premier League. And the Danish league is a bit further down on the list, and are not among the big five. So there will be a difference. Sometimes a smaller difference, sometimes a bigger difference. Have you had a chance to talk with Næstrup? No, that's going to be after. Hopefully he will come in, and hopefully we can have a chat. And hopefully we will agree on football is super cool and sometimes, and not super cool other times.
When he was playing out there tonight, he could have probably had 3 assists in the first half. Would you say that was a much better performance from him? And also, he was unfortunate that it was him who had to come off, and he obviously looked a little bit disappointed. Have you had a quick word with him?
No, yeah, of course. I will say 2 things. One, I think that was a step forward today. I'm very happy for him. I think it was a good assist, and I agree with you. A little bit more sharpness for him and the other players, and he probably had a 1 more assist. So I think he found good pockets, good spaces. Really pleased with that. And of course, I understand his disappointment in the moment. But it's always about the team, of course. And in that stage, it's 2-0. We are still building layers in this team. I think it's obvious that we are progressing forward, but we are not where we want to be. In that situation, you just take no risk and then put a more defensive player in, which afterwards, of course, looks to be an absolutely top decision. But you never know.
Experience and sort of quality in the team. Is that sort of how you felt?
It was a good game. A lot of hard work, good opportunities, defensively, very solid, and a great win. That's it.
Yeah. When you've sort of come off the run that you had after the Brentford, was that the sort of lowest point up for the senior players? Was there a time where you maybe decided to draw a line and we have to sort of...
You were trying to do it after Palace, I think.
Yeah.
I think after Palace, the first half, it was quite low as well. Well, listen, I think we all know that you will get an opportunity every 3-4 days to turn it around. And now obviously we won tonight, good performance, and now we have to focus on City.
Yeah, I mean obviously that's going to be a tough game against Haaland. What do you expect on Sunday?
Well, similar as tonight a little bit. I think we faced a team as well, very informed. A striker like today was in form as well, so we have to be spot on. And I think today we showed that we were good as a team defensively. Created good opportunities. They had obviously a goalkeeper that saved them a couple of times.
You were laughing at one point.
Well, obviously there was a save that was quite quick to make, and he got it done. So it's part of football.
Just wondering, as captain, if you could give maybe an appreciation of sort of Dom Szoboszlai's form, not just this season, but he's sort of feels like he's maybe gone to another level in recent weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you talk a little bit what he's like around the place?
No, I think what you see is what you get. I think Dom is very important. The energy he brings on the pitch is incredible. The quality that he has is obviously outstanding. And I think, like you said, he's learning each and every game. He's developing, into the player that we all feel like he could be. He's already showing it, obviously, for the country as well. He's playing for. And it's about keep doing it for the rest of the season. And so far, he has a great start of the season. And it's about keep going, keep your head down, and keep performing well.
Sean, how good was Conor Bradley tonight?
Very good.
Conor Bradley.
Yeah, very good, outstanding. And obviously last year unfortunately got injured in this game, but today he held his own against obviously one of the best wingers in recent times. So outstanding.
Yeah, I mean the manager said yesterday in the press conference that he just has to stay fit to unlock the potential. I guess that's the big challenge for him now, to play in these intense games.
Yeah, I think it's for everyone the case. You have so many games. The intensity of the games are incredible, so you have to look after yourself. And now obviously he played 2 good games. like the rest of the team, and now it's recovery and on to the next, and then internationals will happen, and then after that we go again.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
The performance.
Thank you. Well, I'm very happy, obviously, with the win, 4 in a row without conceding a goal. A really tough place to come. I told the boys, the game that we had to expect, a team that is super intense, very direct, man-to-man. So very short sequences of play, a lot of fouls, a lot of restarts, very difficult to get any fluency in the match. But if we were patient and emotionally controlled, we're going to have our chances and the way they set up. And we did that. I think the margin was, at the end, it looked comfortable, but I don't think it was a comfortable match at all. And not only the win, but as well the fact that we have some players that they haven't played much, performing really well. Mikel stepping up as a 9 and scoring 2 goals. Mike's making his debut and probably the youngest ever, probably. Andre as well, so a lot of positives tonight.
Can I just ask about Mikel Merino, the value that he gives you as a player? He's one of the leaders in the squad and again stepping up as a striker.
Just a joy to have him. I always said the same thing. It's his versatility on the pitch, the things that he can do. It's his mindset, it's his leadership, it's the way he is as a person. And today we are missing a lot of attacking players, and we have to find different solutions. He comes in Champions League, scores 2 goals.
Ed, Guardian. Hi, Mikel. Just you mentioned Max. Obviously, it's been an amazing week for him. Last week, he became the youngest player to start a game for Arsenal, and then today, youngest in the Champions League. What is it about him that makes him, so mature for his age and able to handle that?
What he's done on the pitch, that he comes in, the first ball he takes people on, and starts to dribble, gets a foul. That's personality, that's courage, and that you cannot teach that. You have it or you don't, and it doesn't matter what his past process. You throw him in this context, and he's ready to adapt and have a good performance. So really happy with that.
And just on the defence, it's 8 clean sheets now for the first time since 1903. So that's a remarkable record. Did you just say something about that achievement?
Well, that's a long time ago, so it tells you about the difficulty of achieving it. There is a lot of work there, obviously, to achieve that. And the most pleasing thing probably is not the records, is the mindset of the player. They are talking there about how we can still do better, that we still 1 or 2 situations that we could have resolved better. So if we do that, we can keep improving, and that record will have a bigger mean.
Tom, Football London.
Hi, Mikel. Just on that clean sheet record, at the end, it very much looked like you might lose that. And I did notice that as the referee was going over, you were applauding him going to check the screen.
Mm-hmm.
What were your emotions thinking that you might lose that record?
I wasn't happy at all, and I clearly saw that it could never be a penalty. But he made a decision, so yeah, well done, because he was really honest. I think obviously the image shows clearly that it's not a penalty, and I want to maintain that, because I think that gives you something to defend as well and to merit, and it would have been a bit sloppy to give it away that way.
And it was the first time that we saw Pierre Hincapié start at left back. What did you make of his performance in that role?
Yeah, I was very happy. He can play in those 2 positions as a centre back or full back. Today, the way we had to set up and the situation that we have to imagine with the ball, I wanted to have him low in that side. I think he was really good, really strong, really efficient, and really good, because now he's got some minutes in the last week with 2 games, and the last minutes against Burnley, so we're getting up to speed.
Sam from Sky.
Hi, Mikel. 4 years ago, there was that 5-0 defeat to Man City, and now you have this incredible clean sheet record. Can you talk about how you went by step to sort of go from one end of the spectrum to the other?
You mean the one that after 27 minutes, Granit Xhaka was sent off? Yeah. I was Man City, the best Man City, with 70 minutes to play. It can happen, but yeah, that's a long time ago. Obviously, we're in a really different situation right now, and we still have to improve a lot.
Your players seem to be celebrating every time they put a block in or actually deny a shot on target. People sort of, take a lot of pride in not in keeping clean sheets, but have they transitioned to shot on targets now? They don't even want to let that.
Yeah, well, because if we are able to nullify that from the opposition, obviously the opposition has very restricted ways to score a goal, and today we gave him a few moments, especially in open spaces, direct play, that we could have done better, but overall very happy.
Hi, Mikel. Just on something Miles mentioned last week, I know you spoke about it, the our house terminology about the Emirates, and you said the context is slightly different when you go away from home. I was just wondering what you feel is so different about, say, these away trips when you're defending those moments.
Well, the energy, the belief. We come to a place that they create a special atmosphere. You saw that from the beginning. They haven't lost at home here all season, so they have that winning habit, and that's very difficult to turn around. And we need to understand that. And we knew that especially the first 15, 20 minutes, it was going to be very little play, and we have to be very conscious of that and accept it, and then start to change it throughout the first half. And we've done that, and I think the team showed a lot of maturity again.
And William Saliba seemed to be stepping into midfield quite more often tonight. Was that more so because Martin Zubimendi wasn't playing, or is that something you'd like to see him doing a bit more often?
That was related about the way they press and the way the nine makes the press, and where we could find certain advantages and time, because if not, everything is absolutely man-to-man, and it's a really difficult game to play constantly, especially after the direct play. But yeah, and we could have done better. It's something we haven't had time to train really, so to have some more solutions and to try things and to especially put players in their qualities with a bit more time on the ball is something that I wanted to try.
Okay, we'll do the last two. Firstly, Isan.
Hi, Mikel. You were saying yesterday about the injuries you have in the front line.
Yeah.
After that performance from Mikel Merino, in some ways, you've got the options there, haven't you, despite the injuries?
Yeah, you have to invent options. You can always have options and you invent them, but obviously Mikel hasn't played there before in his career. But we have the good experience of last season and the way he reacted and performed in that position. And obviously we believe that today, the way they were set up as well was a good chance for him to perform.
What have you done with him in particular to help him finish, for example? Because with Spain this season, he's been bagging shed loads of goals there as well. So what is it that's changed?
My view was always he had really good timing and capacity to finish in the box, especially one touch. And then talking to him and making sure that he plays closer to the box and he identifies the opportunities, the timing, the way he needs to attack the spaces in relation to how they defend the box, which today was a bit different as well, the way they set up. And then it's obviously his quality, his willingness to learn and practice every day.
And finally, Tostic.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Your old boss, Arsene Wenger, used to say, confidence goes quickly, but it comes slowly. How would you say the confidence in the team is right now? How do you maintain that confidence within this group of players?
Well, first of all, feeling prepared. So now it's about the next game and feeling prepared, doing the right things to get to the game with a lot of clarity and in a really good emotional state. And I'm sure we will do that, and then performing at this level to make it really difficult for the opponent and try to earn the right to win the game.
And a quite quick word on Jurien Timber. His performance, he's coming on leaps and bounds, both ends of the pitch. After that horrendous injury, he really settled in, and he probably doesn't get the recognition as some of the players, but what a player he makes this team. It's incredible.
Extraordinary. For me, he's been phenomenal in every department. I think he's taken his level and the team's level to a different dimension. Again, his courage, the way he penetrates, the way he wins duels, the way he understands the game, the way he wants to make things happen. A big example for the rest of his teammates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.